sourced ingredients have many benefits, including better taste, reduced waste, and a smaller carbon footprint. Locally sourced ingredients also support local economies and food security. Locally grown produce refers to fruits, vegetables, herbs, and other food products cultivated and harvested near where they are sold and consumed. This emphasizes shortening the distance between the farm and the table. It also aims to reduce the environmental impact of long-distance transportation of food items, commonly known as food miles. The scope of locally grown can vary depending on geography. It generally implies produce that has traveled a relatively short distance from origin to consumer. Proximity ensures fresher, more flavorful, and often more nutrient-rich food. This benefit results from the produce spending far less time in transit and storage. If you've ever stopped by your neighborhood farm market, the bountiful bounties of kale, locally crafted cheeses, seasonal fruits, and freshly baked bread are all results of a local food economy. Hello and welcome to another episode. Today we'll be discussing the benefit of locally sourced ingredients. I am Chunk Anamel Joseph. We'll be right back shortly after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the short break, and if you are just catching up with us today we're going to be discussing the benefits of locally sourced ingredients. And you can tell me for sure that there's always joy when you find yourself in the farmers market and you are all around trying to source out for that ingredient that looks very fresh. And sometimes for most people, when you are like someone who likes fresh food, fresh vegetables, it will be even better when you go to like a farmer's market than when you go to like the general local market, or even the supermarket, because there you tend to find whatever it is that you're looking for that you are unable to even get in the normal market or in the supermarket. And then there you get different options, different species, varieties of things you do not even expect. And sometimes you get to even learn about certain vegetables, certain fruit that probably you've not tried before and you have never seen. So there you get to see local vegetables, local fruit, local cheeses, and you see foreign fruits, foreign vegetables, and all that. And you get to now explore those ingredients. Eating local means enjoying more locally grown produce and other food from farmers and producers in your community. Several benefits comes from eating local food, including environmental, economic, social, and health benefits. So let's delve into the benefits of locally grown produce. Now, the first thing is, there's it is environmental friendly. The environmental impact of traditional farming is well documented. Locally grown produce offers a greener alternative to most traditional agriculture. It reduces transportation emissions by significantly reducing the distance from farm to table. Reducing food miles lowers the carbon footprint associated with food distributions. Additionally, local farming often employs more sustainable practices. This may include reduce the use of chemicals and more natural land management. These changes in growing practices contribute to less soil and water pollution. A close-to-home approach not only nurtures the environment, it also ensures fresher, more eco-conscious choices for consumers. So the environment, it gives, first of all, it gives you your the ability for you to be able to get your ingredients more fresh. So I'll just say fresher. And then the environmental factor plays like a very basic importance to how you get your produce to your own space. That's from farm to the table. Imagine you having a house. Let's take for instance, in your home you have like a garden backyard. Now you know it's just more friendly that you can just go to your farm, get your vegetable, whatever produce you want to use from that farm, to your kitchen. So it's the environmental friendly. It doesn't cause you stress. You don't have to go all the way, you know, with the whole stress of entering you know, transport or driving or whatsoever way you're able to get to that destination where you can get your produce. Now it gives you, you know, this good relationship between you and your produce, or you and your farm. So it has so much impact. Now when we talk about, you know, the traditional farming, how it's being done, imagine you're transporting a particular set of food from just within your location. You know that for sure you're going to get your produce more friendly, and then it's even more economical because you don't have to spend so much money to get those produce to you. So it entirely gives you that more eco-conscious choices to be able to make like decision in what you want. Now it also supports the local economy. It's not all about the social economy or the entire, like let's say the state economy, also the local economy. Now it depends on the environment, it depends on the local government, it depends on the state. When you have businesses like this or farms like this, it helps in the growth of that community. Now let's take for instance in a very small community where you are so you're coming up with, you know, that idea of, oh, let's farm together, let's bring something together that we can support our community. Now with this local farming, you'll be able to support your community. You're able to solve certain problems that are surrounding that community as well. So supporting the local economy is a key benefit of locally grown produce. When consumers purchase from local farmers and market, they directly contribute to their community's financial health. They help sustain local farmers and small businesses, foster job creation, and keep money circulating within the community. Local produce also encourages the growth of local agriculture, reinforcing a community's self-sufficiency and resilience. By choosing locally grown produce, consumers enjoy fresh quality food and play a vital role in strengthening their local economy. This creates positive feedback that benefits the entire community. And you know, it is very, very important that you as a member of a community, a member of a state, you know, a member of a neighborhood, you know, it's always good for you to see that you're being productive in that community, you're supportive. And we know that in Nigeria, food is very, very important. And then food security is one thing that we have to try our possible best to make sure that even when everything is falling apart, we make sure that food is available. And another thing is, you know, what's these things, what this food production does to us, it helps grow the community. It helps grow even you as a family. Now imagine someone who farms maize or rice or potato. You know, when you check it clearly, most of the time during this farming season, yes, you tend to farm, you spend money, but when it's time and then the produce are already ready and then you've harvested it from your farm, you know, that excitement of bountiful harvest at the end of the day, when there is when problem strikes, you know, when the need comes up, you know that there's always something to fall back to. Now this can be also related to a community or to farmers. You know, they don't find it easy when doing all these things, but at the end of the day, it opened door for so many things. It helps you, you know, from poverty. It creates job opportunity for the young people, the old, the young in that community. Because even when the young people, or maybe let's say they are jobless and they're in that community, when it's time maybe to work, harvest period, you tend to bring all these people. Even when you don't get to pay them money, some people will tell you, no problem, just give me the produce that is worth the money you're paying me. And those people can decide to carry that same produce, also take it to the market and sell them and also make more money. So there is so much benefit when it comes to producing and buying from a local, you know, farm or your own neighborhood. Now it finds your community. Now it makes you understand the kind of community that you are. Let's take for instance now, let me make instance for people who are from the, you know, the part of the northern part of Nigeria, like say from Plateau State. You know, they farm potato, they farm carrot, they farm green beans, cabbage, broccolis, you know, just vegetables. Let's take in coal, like they farm vegetables, and it helps so much in the growth of that state's economy and all that. Now they understand that when you get potato, like I think everyone in the country now understand that when you want to buy potato at a very Irish potato, to be precise, at a cheaper price, when you get it from Plateau State, it is more affordable compared to, when it's being transported to Abuja, when it's being transported to Port Harcourt, to Lagos, or to other states, in Nigeria, like the eastern part or the western part. The transportation also is very important. But for the people that are within that space, when they are buying that produce, they can even go directly to the farm and purchase. Now, I remember some years ago that if during harvest period, we usually go to the farm to buy tomatoes, pepper. We don't even have to go to the market. We go directly to the farm to buy it, and we get it at a very, very affordable rate. Now, locally grown produce foster a unique sense of community. It helps connect customers directly with the source of their food. Farmers market and local food cooperative create spaces where individuals can engage with growers. They can learn about the farming process and the benefits of sustainable agriculture. These interactions cultivate a deeper appreciation for locally sourced food. They also strengthen community bond. Customers actively participate in a network that values health, environment, and social connection through supporting local agriculture. This support ultimately helps them find a community rooted in shared principle and local well-being. Now, the next thing is local food tastes better, and you're going to agree with me 100% that this food tastes better. Imagine you buy your tomato directly from the farm, and let's say you want to make like maybe a vegetable salad with fresh vegetable, compared to the ones that maybe you buy them in the market and they are already soft. You don't slice them. Even when slicing it, you don't find them attractive. And that's why most of the time when we go to the market to get these things, we want to pick the freshest tomato, the freshest peppers, and bell peppers. We just want fresh. When they are not fresh, you rather go to another stand than for you to buy from even the person you're used to buying for like years. So buying fresh makes the food taste better. Locally grown produce often boasts superior taste compared to long travel fruits and veggies. When produce is grown and harvested close to where they are sold, it can be picked at the peak of ripeness. This method not only ensures a richer, more vibrant flavor, but also preserves the natural texture and aromas of the product. Unlike produce that endures long transportation, local food doesn't need to be harvested prematurely or treated for extended shelf life. Less handling and processing allows their natural taste to shine through. This freshness directly translates into more flavorful, satisfying meals that celebrate the true essence of the ingredient. And while I was going through this, I thought of how sometimes there are people, just because, especially I think in some of the local like some of the local areas, sometimes like cashews, mangoes, and guavas, other fruits, sometimes they'll plug it when it's almost getting to that level or that period of ripe, and then they decide to, maybe some people, they'll say when you want mango to ripe faster, you plug it from the tree and store it inside like ash and allow it for a period of days. You cannot compare the taste of that particular mango with the mango that you plucked directly from the source. So this is what he's saying. Now, it gives you room to allow your fruits or your vegetables to ripe at the right time. And it is not even healthy for you not to allow them get their right nutrients, because there is a reason why there is a period where the produce has to be ripe, or when it gets to its mature period, before you can bring it out of the farm. But when harvesting this, and then you harvest it so soon, even with cashews, when you harvest them so early, and I know that a lot of people have tried that, especially when you are a fan like me of cashews, when you buy them, some of them don't taste good, but they look so ripe, and then the juice is so much, but it tastes so bad. Now, this is a result of plugging it directly from the source, and then try to use your own local method to make it like this, like a by force process. And really, that particular method is entirely not proper. Now, it maximizes nutrition as well. Locally grown produce also maximizes nutrition due to its freshness. Fruit and vegetables start to lose nutrients once they are harvested. Since local produce travels a shorter distance to reach consumers, it is generally fresher and retain more nutritional value. A short transit time not only preserves essential vitamins and minerals, but also ensures peak flavor and texture. Fresher produce is more appealing to consumers, making getting their daily recommendation servings easier. Consuming produce at its nutritional peak supports overall health and well-being. Locally grown options are superior for those seeking the most nutritious food. So, distance plays a very important role. Keeping your produce for like a longer period of time plays a very important role. So if you need your food nutritious, then if you are transporting it, especially particular produce that maybe you cannot get them, like especially fresh, like fruits and vegetables and all of that, like I think in the northern part of Nigeria, I tend to get especially vegetables, much more affordable and available compared to the other parts of the country. So when transporting them, and they are perishables, they are not like yam and potato and onions, those ones can stay for like a period of days or period of time or even months. Now, it might get to a process a time where it starts to spoil and all that. Their spoilage period can just come after a very long period of time, but you can't compare that with pepper, with vegetables, let's say with kale, spinach, other vegetables, compare to all of those. So if transporting this now, it has to be sent like within a short period of time, because if it stays very long, there's damage. Now, for farmers who transport their product out of a particular state and then maybe the distance, if you ask them question, what happened when at the end of the day your truck breaks down or there's some problem that there's a delay, what happened to your produce? Trust me, they can end up losing 50% of that produce, and then the money has already gone down the lane. So if any farmer is transporting their product and they are worried, trust me, you have to join them in prayer and pray for them, because you never know what can happen on the road. And if there is such issue, then trust me, there is so much damage. The next thing is food security. Food security is very important, that in any country, in any state, in any local government, in any community, there is food. So even when it gets to a period where it's not a season for a particular food, and the food is there, now it covers food in the particular country. And that's why now in Nigeria, the government is trying its possible best to bring Nigeria to its natural, to like its roots and its foundation when it comes to culture, when it comes to tradition. In Nigeria, we don't joke with our foods, But then I think as years goes by, things change, insecurity came in, and people are even scared of going back to the farms because of security reasons. But then I think right now the government is trying their possible best to make sure that we are back on track. Locally grown produce is vital to enhancing food security, a critical issue today. The practice shortens the supply chain and reduces dependency on distant sources. Local farming also ensures a more reliable, steady supply of fresh food. Proximity between grower and consumers mitigate risk associated with long-distance transportation disrupts. It also supports the resilience of local food system. Community benefits from having consistent access to nutritious food. This access is essential for maintaining overall health and well-being. It also fosters a sense of security, and consumers know their food comes from a trusted source. So food security is one of the major things that we should never joke with. Like, it's very, very important. And in conclusion, opting for locally sourced ingredient can lead to a more flavorful, healthy, and sustainable way of eating, while simultaneously supporting local communities and economies. It is not only a personal choice, but also a step towards a more sustainable food system overall in your house, in the country, in the community, in the states, in the local governments, like, I mean, all around. Now, you know that when you have all of this put in place, trust me, there's going to be so many opportunities, job opportunities, food is covered. When it comes to food security, you have nothing to worry about because you are fully secure. I know I have so much I would like to share with you on this same topic, and I guess on our next episode we should still go through it and understand, because this is very important, because as an individual you can develop a little bit of passion to even have your own garden or your own farm in the comfort of your own home. But then you have to learn the process. How will you maintain the farm? How will you grow it? What are the kind of produce that will grow in that particular space? Because it's not everything that will grow with the soil that is in your house. So sometimes you have to buy this kind of soil to just have like a mini garden and know how to nurture